So I forgot to mention in the previous video, but happy President's Day and happy Family Day if you're up here in Canada and any of the places that actually matter. And yeah, Trump, of course, because, the guy who lost the election, right? Lost the election. He had a massive snap rally for President's Day, and he drove down there and people went fucking bonkers for the guy. Yeah, I know I've beat this fucking horse to death lately, but he's not going away. He's not going away. This is the direction of the Republican Party. And we got to take a look at the other side of the aisle, because apparently the most beloved politician of at least my time, if not all time, you take a look at those vote totals, 81 million people can't be wrong, but I didn't see a Biden rally break out anywhere. Who knows, maybe he just slept in today and didn't bother working, but the House was busy calling for, I don't know what, but we'll get into the different shit that they're trying to do, but people are trying to hold Nancy Pelosi accountable. She won't be, because the House Republicans are in the minority, and so are the senators, so it's just going to take public pressure in order for this to occur. House Republicans demand answers from Pelosi on January 6 security failures. Ranking Republicans on 4 key House committees concerned with the security of the Capitol complex are demanding answers from the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, about her actions before, during, and after the January 6th breach of the Capitol. You're wondering why they didn't allow witnesses to take place during the impeachment trial? This would be why. She'd have to answer for her actions. And we know that she was offered Capitol Hill was offered, and Nancy Pelosi had the call on this one for the National Guard, which Trump offered 10,000 additional troops leading up to the 6th, but she turned them down, so she'd have to justify that. Anyways, it has been widely reported that, and confirmed by multiple sources, that when then Capitol Hill Police Chief Stephen Sund, he stepped down, I think, it's been a couple of days, but it was not long after January 6th too, requested that the National Guard be activated ahead of the January 6th joint session of Congress. The response from the Sergeant at Arms acting on your behalf was that the optics of having National Guard on site were not good. Oh my God, let me read that again. That the optics of having National Guard on site were not good, and the intelligence didn't support the move. Oh, but keeping 7,000 troops for the foreseeable future, at least through the end of the year at the Capitol, is great optics. The Democrats don't know hypocrisy and lack self-awareness. The request was not approved. The 4 GOP representatives told Pelosi in a lengthy letter made public on February 15th. That would be today. So yeah, stupid might have to answer for this. I highly doubt it, but Rodney Davis of Illinois, Jim Jordan of Ohio, good man, James Comer, it's too close, and Devin Nunes. All of those guys are stars in their own right, and Devin Nunes has been trying to sue the entire world lately, so the dude's hilarious, and Jim Jordan rules. So what are they demanding from Pelosi other than her actual age? When Police Chief Sund made the request for National Guard support on January 4th, why was that request denied? Did the Sergeant at Arms Paul Irving get permission or instruction from your staff on January 4th prior to denying Sund's request for the National Guard? What conversation and what guidance did you and your staff give the Sergeant at Arms leading up to January 6th, specific to the security posture of the campus? What conversations with the SAA and Capitol Police did you have during the attack on the Capitol, and what response did you give security officials on January 6th when Sund requested National Guard support that required your approval? Well, I can answer that one. She didn't have access to her office because there was a boomer sitting in her chair with his feet up on the desk. So she might not have been able to get to her office because she was being whisked away, but not too quickly because she would have just evaporated into dust. And finally, why are your House officers refusing to comply with preservation and production requests to turn over materials relevant to the events surrounding the 6th? God, it's almost like she's trying to cover something up. Now, as it says here, a spokesman. Oh, sorry, I thought we're not supposed to use gendered language in the House. God, we all seen that original piece of legislation. For Pelosi didn't respond for request for comment by press time of the article. But we have a soft answer. She's not going to directly answer any of those questions, obviously, but what she is she's calling for an independent 9/11 style commission to investigate the Capitol riot. Just not her dealings or anything. She just wants to know, no, white supremacy, Q is terrible. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi stated that Congress will establish an independent September 11th, 2001 style commission to look for the riot at the Capitol Hill on January 6th. Oh my god, so I guess you're going to be going to war on fucking Q Shaman and Baked Alaska? Oh, Christ. It is clear from his findings and from the impeachment trial that we must get to the truth of how this happened, she said in a statement on Monday. What? Oh, because Trump lives rent-free in her mind. To protect our security. Is she stuck on a loop? Good morning, Sunday morning. Our next step will be to establish an outside independent 9/11 type commission to investigate and report on the facts and the cause of the riot. Whew! Wow, you didn't get the result you wanted from the impeachment trial, so you're just going to continue to dig and find the answers you're looking for. Not the truth, just what you're looking for. It's exactly what happened with Russia, and they're still trying to make this riot into something a lot bigger than it actually is. God, when she's looking for the cause, and then one day she's going to eventually look into a mirror and she's going to realize that she's been the villain the entire time. But I'll probably be long dead and gone before that happens. A letter to her Democratic colleagues, Pelosi said the House will also put forth supplemental spending to boost, of course, she wants to spend more of your money, to boost security at the Capitol. Previously, she asked retired Army Lieutenant General Russell Horn to lead a review of the Capitol security process. And I mentioned that earlier, but yeah, the National Guard's going to be kicking around till at least the end of 2021. She added, as we prepare for the commission, it is also clear for the General Horn's interim reporting that we must put forth a supplemental appropriation to provide for the safety of the members and the security of the Capitol. A bunch of fucking bitches. If it wasn't clear that the House and the Senators, at least the Democratic side, are just weaklings that really don't deserve any sort of admiration, because I don't necessarily think that weakness is something that should be lauded. Rather, I look to people who are in power for leadership, but nor do I put a lot of faith in my elected officials anyways. And speaking of people who I don't like and don't put any faith in whatsoever, Swalwell, not to be outdone by his boss. Could you imagine calling Nancy Pelosi your boss? That sucks. No, he wants a commission of his own. He wants a white nationalism task force. I'd say that one only gets funded on the contingency that a CCP task force also gets created. First piece of evidence seized, Eric Swalwell's little black book. Representative Eric Swalwell said Monday on MSNBC that both an independent commission and a white nationalism task force to investigate the deadly riot at the U.S. Capitol were needed. Okay, so if you're already trying to attribute everything that happened at the White House as being white nationalism, why do you need a commission in order to figure out what the underlying causes are? It looks like you're trying to negotiate to an already agreed upon conclusion. That's just what I'm thinking. Anchor Katie Tur, buy some more letters for your name, said, so is the House going to just wipe their hands of this now and move on, or will there be a 9/11 style commission looking into how it will happen? Jesus, bitch, just follow what I'm reporting here. We already know that there's going to be a 9/11 style commission. Is there more investigating that will be done? Well, you guys already have the answers that you want. You're just going to try to push it off on white nationalism or white supremacy, because I guess just blaming it on Russia is a little bit too on the nose. Swalwell stated, "Me love you long time." Oh no, there is no moving on. Of course there isn't. I'm sure he was probably one of those retards who also had a big unity and we all need to come together post, but straight from the horse's ass, there is no moving on. January 6th is a day that we will sadly all remember. You won't let anybody forget about it, because you should never let a good crisis go to waste. I think we have to take an approach that we took like after September 11th and root out white nationalism and terrorism in our country. Oh my God. I believe we need a September 11th commission. Yes, okay, keep trying to evoke the name of September 11th in order to make your supposed most darkest day in American history fucking seem more important than it actually is. I think it should be an independent commission outside of Congress. Yeah, and then you're just going to bitch when they find it's like, whoa, there's nothing to find here. It's like, but it was still white nationalism. And just fucking run that into the ground for the next 4 years to try to cover up for your lack of doing anything. whatever, waste all the fucking money you want because you guys are going to get smoked hard in the midterms. So make the least of your next 2 years, you fucking losers. They're just mad that they lost impeachment, and they'd still be pushing this stuff afterwards. They just have a little bit of a different spin on this. But because they didn't receive the outcome that they so desperately wanted, and if they want something that bad, they should never fucking have it, by the way, they're just going to go ahead and keep trying to negotiate to that same agreed upon conclusion. If there is one side that perpetuates the big lie, I think we all know what side that is. But yeah, the House is just trying to waste your guys' money even more instead of actually answering the questions, because the people who were in charge went and abdicated their responsibility. Listen, everything didn't fall on Trump's shoulder, okay? He offered the support. That's all he can do as commander-in-chief, okay? He can offer you the resources, and then if you turn them down flat and then blame everything on him, stupid people will pick that up as Trump not doing everything. Learned people will look at that as, well, he offered and he didn't act like the dictator that you're trying to paint him to be, so there's a little bit of a disconnect here. But instead, yeah, make your fucking commissions and then try to enforce more stupid laws and worthless individuals. With that said, guys, I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.